late 70s when this song first came out. I remember being really knocked out the first time I heard it on the radio. So let's have a look at how this intro is played. If you want to get the exact same sound as on the recording, you'll need a Fender Strat. Rumour has it that Mark Knopfler played with 8-gauge strings in those days, really lightweight strings, and that contributed something towards that sound. I think if you set your pickup selector, if you're using a Strat, to middle and bridge, middle and neck, I think that's probably the tone setting you use, is get that sort of warmth into the tone. It might have been middle and bridge with the tone knob rolled off a bit, so experiment with that as well and get it as close as you can. Now I don't have a Strat handy, so I'm going to use my faithful Ibanez semi-acoustic guitar. What I've done on here, I've got the amp set up nice and clean, a little bit of reverb, and I've got everything turned up here, tone, volume, but with my bridge, neck pickup selected, so that's the bassier pickup. And that's pretty much the same sort of warmth of tone that we're looking for. Okay, here's the tab. Let's look at the left hand first. It starts with a double stop played at the 5th fret with your first finger on the middle 2 strings, the G string and the D string. And that's repeated twice, and after the second repeat you just hammer on with your 3rd finger to take both notes up to the 7th fret like this. So that's 3 notes played, the 5th fret, and then the 4th sound is got with that hammer on, like that. With the right hand, we need to be using thumb and fingers if we want to get close to the original feel, but it works pretty good with a pick as well. So thumb and finger sounds like this. Notice you basically just push the thumb down as you pull the finger up, so the two sort of cross each other like that. With a pick it sounds slightly different. Just push the pick through both strings. You can do it either down or up. Slightly different sound, doesn't make a lot of difference. Whatever comes easiest gives you best control. Next phrase uses a slide from 5th to the 7th fret on the D string, then adds the note at the 7th fret on the G string. Start the slide with your 3rd finger like this, and then what I do is just fold that finger over to grab that note there. So you want to hear both those notes together rather than. Okay. On the right hand, I advise using the thumb and index finger like this. So thumb on the D string, 1st finger on the G string. Good idea to repeat that a few times before moving on. So here's the tab to look at for a few seconds. Pause it if you need to practice that a few times. Now we come to a slightly more technical bit. The next 3 notes are played on 3 different strings and are quite quick. Here's the left hand view. That's. So it's the 4th string at the 7th fret with your 3rd finger, 2nd string, 6th fret, your 2nd finger, back to the 3rd string, 7th fret with your 3rd finger. So far we've got On the right hand, ideally you want to use your thumb on this first note on the 4th string, middle finger on the 2nd string, and then your first finger on the 3rd string. So far, altogether, we have this. Then we've got 3 notes from the D minor chord played very, very quickly together like this. So here's the left-hand view of that. Notice all 3 fingers held down together just like a chord. And the right hand view. Let's look at that again. This requires good coordination and may take a while to come together. One tip is to sort of set your hands up well in advance. So before you start, get that hand in position, left hand and right hand, then play the first bit, then get ready with that finger there for the next bit. Think about what's happening here as well, thumb and finger ready, then think about the next bit, finger poised on the left hand, fingers ready here. Think about the next bit, chord ready in advance here on the left hand, fingers ready here, like that. If you practice it like that, that'll set good habits for when you're playing it sort of on automatic pilot at higher speed. Always try and prepare in advance as much as you can. On the right hand, you may find your fingers get a little bit stuck like this. What's happened there is my fingers are dug in a little bit too deep into the strings. You want to experiment with a nice lightness of touch, literally just touching the strings, and bringing those fingers off with a rotational action of the wrist, a bit more like this, rather than sort of plucking them individually like that. Wrist action than finger action. So next, the little finger finds this note here at the 8th fret on the top string, and we come back down the minor 7th arpeggio like this. So we've gone, so that's 8th fret top string, 5th fret top string, 6th fret 2nd string with your 2nd finger. Then we've got a little hammer-on pull-off lick. We come to that 1st finger at the 5th fret there, play that note all on the 2nd string, and just bounce the 2nd finger on and off at the 6th fret like that. So that's resolving back on the D note there. Okay, so fair bit to practice there. We'll stick the whole tab up on the screen for a few seconds now, and by all means pause the video, have a few runs through that, and when you're ready come back and join us in the final demo. Okay. So here's the demo of the whole intro. First at slow speed. We're coming on the 3rd beat, so I'm going to count 4 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. now normal speed, more or less the speed it is on the recording. Again, I'll count in 4 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Close enough. Alright, hope you enjoyed that one. If there's any licks or intros, riffs or intros you'd like to us to add to this series, just let me know and I'll be happy to work on them for you. See you in the next lesson.